Hey, good morning, and welcome to the Driving To podcast, the podcast where we talk about what we're driving to as we're driving. We're driving to health, happiness, driving to fulfillment, driving to success. Whatever you're driving to, we talk about it here on the Driving To podcast. I'm your host, Matt Munnell, and today I want to revisit the Kind Pilot. If you guys saw the episode a couple days ago, the Kind Pilot, I talked about how, if we have the ability to do something for somebody, and especially if it doesn't cost us anything, but really helps out somebody else, we ought to do it. And I referred to the pilot on my wife's plane as she was starting her trip to Ethiopia. And it was brought to my attention, I never really said what the Kind Pilot did. I just said he did something very kind. So I want to fill you in on what he did. My wife gets to the gate. They've already been paged to the gate. And they were hung up in security, but they get to the gate and they find nobody there. The doors are closed, but the plane's still there. So she's standing by the window, and the pilot sees her through the window. They wave at each other. He gets up out of his seat, walks, opens up the plane for her, my daughters, and her brother, my wife's brother, to get on the plane. To me, unheard of. I've never seen that happen before. In fact, there's another time when my wife, same situation happened. She gets to the gate, the plane's closed. At this time, there's gate attendants around, and she's asking, can I get on? The plane's right there. It hadn't taken off yet or anything. And one of the gate attendants was really arguing on her behalf to his supervisor to let them on, because it was my wife, and Hannah was just like a year old at this time. And the supervisor said, no, the plane's closed. And I'm sure there's protocol to follow. So she ended up missing her flight. And it all worked out that time. Thanks to my brother and his family up in D.C. But in this instance, the pilot got up. He didn't have to. He didn't have to get up. The plane is closed. And as I said, there's probably protocol against it. And he got up and came and let her on the plane. And the plane took off just 1 minute late and made up that time in the air. Excuse me, he was a very kind pilot. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew that, and I thought I explained that in the other one, and a couple of my listeners said, no, you never did, and I was very curious on what the Kind Pilot did. So there he is. So we're driving to kindness, again, revisiting kindness from that pilot, and wherever you're driving to, drive safe, and we'll talk to you later.